All right, thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Good afternoon and welcome everyone to the Clearview Township regular council meeting on January the 26th, 2026. An absolutely beautiful day here in Clearview Township. Are we all done snow blowing? I'm done. Nice to have everyone here to join us. We have staff, members of the public, and council here. Madam Clerk, I just want to wait just to get it acknowledged. We do have quorum tonight, although two of our councillors are out representing the Township of Clearview. One is on the west coast of on the Pacific coast in Mexico, representing Clearview Township, and of course the other is in Quebec City, representing Clearview Township with Bonhomme. So Clearview is well represented internationally today and across Canada, so I think that's excellent. But we have a quorum to continue our meeting here tonight, so we'll like to do that. Council did meet at approximately 3:30 and met for an in-camera session, and then we broke and we've now returned, excuse me, for our 5:30 session. I'd like to begin our meeting by recognizing the First Nation, Métis, and Inuit people of Canada as traditional stewards and caretakers of the land. We acknowledge that Clearview Township is located within the boundaries of Treaty 18, the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Teotadati, and the Wendat, and is the home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people as part of the intricate nationhood that reaches across Turtle Island. At this time of truth and reconciliation, we welcome the opportunity to work together towards new understandings and new relationships and ask the Creator for guidance in all that we do. And I'm happy to say the land acknowledgement on behalf of the township. And so we'll begin our meeting here. Excuse me, we'll begin our meeting. We already had item 1, which was our in-camera. So item number 2, council, is the approval of the agenda. Be it resolved that council of the township of Clearview hereby approve the agenda dated January 26, 2026 as presented. Mr. Beelan, thank you. Mr. Walker, thank you. Any questions on the agenda? Seeing none, I'll call the motion. All in favor? And that carries unanimous. Thank you so much. Declarations of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof. Has anybody got any declarations to carry forward on this meeting? Yeah, if anything comes up during the meeting, please bring it forward. We'll deal with it right away. Item number 4 is our public participation period. There are members of the public here in the audience. I will check with our deputy clerk. Emma, was there any electronic participations for this meeting?
Thank you, Your Worship. No, there were not any electronic participation questions this week.
All right, thank you very much, Deputy Clerk. I will then look to the public and like to just be advised that the comments and views expressed under public participation period are not the views of the Township of Clearview Council or the administration, and public participation is limited to 15 minutes. Each person is limited to 5 minutes. Questions or comments are to be directed to the mayor, and questions shall not refer to personnel matters, litigation, or potential litigation, or planning matters that have already had a public meeting or any item considered confidential. For those members of the public not able to attend the meeting in person, written public participation can be provided through the township's web portal. Written comments shall be received prior to noon the Friday before the regularly scheduled council meeting. And remember, at this time during public participation, please share the time with your fellow citizens. So I'll open the floor. Are there any members of the public that have any questions or comments they'd like to bring forward at this time? Going once, going twice. Okay, we have none. Thank you very much. Let's move on then. Item number 5 is delegations and presentations. There are none. And item 6 is our public meetings. There are none for tonight. Item 7, council. Approval of the council meeting minutes. Recommendation be it resolved, council of the Township of Clearview hereby approve the minutes of the January 12, 2026 council meeting as presented. Mr. Deputy Mayor, thank you. Mr. Broderick, thank you. Any questions about the minutes? Accuracy counts. We're all good? Okay, I'll call the motion. All in favor? That carries unanimous. Thank you. Okay, at this time we have item 8, which is correspondence for information. We will go to item 8.1, excuse me, which is a brief couple of items from our in-camera session. So let me just pull those forward here for you. The first one is the noise bylaw update. Be it resolved that Council of the Township of Clearview hereby directs staff to act in accordance with the direction provided in closed session regarding the noise bylaw update. The Deputy Mayor, thank you. Mr. Walker, thank you. Any questions about this recommendation? Seeing none, all those in favor? That carries unanimous, thank you. Next one is the lease agreement for 7308 Highway number 26. Recommendation be it resolved, be it resolved that Council of the Township of Clearview hereby direct staff to act in accordance with the direction provided in closed session regarding the lease agreement for 7308 Highway 26. Mr. Broderick, thank you. Mr. Walker, thank you. Any questions? FYI, we're going to be discussing this a little later as well. This is just a motion from our in-camera discussion. All those in favor? That carries unanimous. Thank you so much, Council. Going to item number 8.2, we have the Solicitor General has given us a reminder in regard to the Police Service Board budgets that they do not qualify. Excuse me, I've had a cold all weekend. I'm trying to get over it. The Police Services Board budgets do not qualify for strong mayor power interference from any of the mayors in the three jurisdictions that make up the Huronia West Police Services Board. And so that's good advice coming from the Solicitor General. There's a good report there on that. Item 8.3 is the county release. County of Simcoe supports 112 age-friendly housing projects through the 2025 Senior Housing Grant Program. Very impressive work, actually, by the County of Simcoe to put that together with 112 age-friendly projects. In fact, the municipality, or the County of Simcoe, received an award recently at the Roma conference for that very effort, actually, and it's kind of significant because that's a really positive program that's been growing across the county. Item 8.4, the Minister of Agriculture, Food and Agribusiness correspondence. It's in regards to the AIA guidance. That information is available in this report. If anybody has any questions. Does anybody have any questions? Do you want to mention that, Paul? Go right ahead.
I just want to talk about it. The AIA stands for Agricultural Impact Assessment. It's a guidance document that's come out, and it's with including the Environmental Registry to support municipalities, consultants, and interested parties in meeting the agricultural impact assessment. In other words, what land is disappearing to agriculture for development purposes and stuff. So I have not spent much time on it myself yet, but it's something that the Minister of Agriculture and Food is really monitoring and watching and trying to make a step forward to control sporadic growth. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that update. Council, if there's nothing further from item 8, going to go right to item number 9. This is our ward report opportunity, and so I'm going to turn to Mr. Broderick. You're up first. How are you? You're liking this snow, aren't you?
I'm loving it.
I know you would.
Thank you, Your Worship. January 13th, attended the Clearview Chamber of Commerce executive meeting. On the 18th to the 20th, attended the Roma conference. Also on the 20th, attended the Clearview Library Board meeting. And yesterday, yeah, I spent all day out on the sled. I even got the frostbite to prove it. But it was kind of interesting. We went through quite a bit of Clearview and some of our surrounding municipalities, and it just really gives you an appreciation for all the hard work that the volunteers put into maintaining high-quality trails. Saw some issues out there in some of our neighboring municipalities that could easily be addressed. But it was actually an awesome day, though.
Well, thank you, and congratulations to all the volunteers in the OFSC organizations that keep the trails open and continue to bring business to our communities. Paul, you're up next. If you'd like to go next, go right ahead.
Thank you, Your Worship. I don't have anything to contribute, as I've been on winter solstice and checking different parts of the world out, so to speak. But we are going to County Council tomorrow, and we'll be starting our process again. And I'll leave it up to Marty to start talking a bit about the future coming up in a week or so about New Lowell's festivities. Thank you.
Excellent point, and welcome back. I see you've picked up the cold. Good job. Mr. Beelan, Councillor Beelan?
Thank you, Worship. Kind of a short week for me, short report. January 21st, Station of the Green had a meeting. All is well. And that's it, other than I want to mention Winterama coming up February 6th to the 8th. Friday night is the Burning of the Green. I'll be serving some of the spaghetti and meatballs that the fire department puts on. There's a baking contest, a parade, all kinds of stuff. So get out to do Lowell, February 6th to the 8th. I've even got my buttons, which are available now, so they're for sale.
Good for you. I was hoping to pick up one of those buttons. I was looking on the front counter, haven't seen it yet, so I'll have to make sure I get one. I'll look forward to seeing you there, Marty. I'll be there. Councillor Walker.
Thank you, Your Worship. It's kind of a light couple of weeks. January 13th was accessibility, which unfortunately I was not able to attend. They did the audit of the evening hall rental due to a medical issue. And on the 20th of January was the library board, and they're moving forward with looking forward towards the addition to Creemore in the new year. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I'd like just to report a couple things. First of all kidding aside, I'm extremely impressed with the Public Works staff that have been doing the snow removals. I have been traveling a little bit back and forth to see my father, who's dealing with some issues. And I must tell you, I'm so proud of the roads that we have in Clearview Township, how well that they are snow cleared, and they're just doing a great job. And Dan, please pass along my kind regards to everybody who's working in that team. The Public Works guys, the girls, the entire team is just making the roads just look great. And so thank you very much for all their hard work. And I know the sidewalks continue to also be focused on, and they do a good job on that too. Certainly the sidewalk plows in Ottawa keep me up in the morning when I hear them go by around 5 o'clock. So I'm glad that they're there. So congratulations to them. I want to speak briefly about Roma. During the Roma conference, I was asked by the County of Simcoe to participate in a couple of delegations. And both delegations were very interesting. The first one was sitting in with the Minister of Red Tape Reduction, Andrea Kanjan, and her parliamentary assistant. And that was very interesting to learn some of the plans that the provincial government has to continue to try to reduce red tape. And yet, I shared that I find it interesting that there's so much red tape that gets passed down from the province to us as municipal government that we have to act upon it. And so we end up with a lot of checklists and long lists of things that have to be done before we can get anywhere. So I asked her if she could meet with me on another time and have a conversation about some of those issues. So I look forward to having another meeting with Minister Kanjan about that. The second meeting I attended was with Minister Michael Parza. He's responsible for children and social services, and had a very good discussion with the county in regards to the work that we're doing at the county. He had commented that he's very impressed with the Rose Street build that's going on in Barrie, which will bring 200 plus units of affordable housing and mixed housing online to really help address some of that homelessness issues. And in that conversation, it was quite frank too with everybody and some of their members of their staff about, this is not an isolated issue here in Ontario or in Simcoe County. This issue is right across the country and perhaps right around the world, that homelessness is becoming a bigger and bigger and bigger challenge to everyone. So it was just a very good meeting. I felt the Roma conference was well organized. Congratulations to the Roma team who put together 2 ministers' forums, which is unusual for these type of conferences. To have one forum is usually excellent, to spend an hour with questions and answers coming directly from the ministers. And this time they actually had 2, so it was terrific. And there was a real blend of all of the ministers who were available at the table. And so there was some great questions. And it was a good conference overall, I must say. So I was very pleased to be there. Regretfully, I will not be at the Good Roads Conference, but I think there are some members of our council who are going to be attending Good Roads. So I'll see a report from one of them later. But nevertheless, a good event. Really happy to have been there. And as the Deputy Mayor said, tomorrow we're back at County Council. We've got a really full agenda, including a presentation and a delegation with someone making an ask of the township or of the county. So we'll see how that goes, and looking forward to that. Busy time ahead, and we'll see you at Winterama for sure, team. I think we'll have our little float in there again. So Robert, you should come down to that sometime. I don't think you've been on our float at Winterama in a long time, so we'll see if we can get you down there for that. Okay, I know. We'll keep you warm. No problem. All right, council, we're going to move on in our agenda if there's nothing further. Council has nothing further to add. Okay, we're going to move right to number 10, which is our department reports. The first one today is from the Finance Department. Today is FIN 003-2026. This is the 2024 Development Charge Statement. Recommendation be it resolved that Council of the Township of Clearview hereby receive report FIN 003-2026. This is the 2024 Development Charge Statement dated January 26, 2026 for information. Deputy Mayor, would you move that? And Mr. Broderick, thank you very much. Our Treasurer Kelly is here. Hi, Kel. Can you give us a little update on anything that's new in this report?
Thank you, Your Worship. This is just one of the many legislative reports the Finance Department compiles. Just basically outlines any of the development charges that were taken in, anything they were spent on, and then reserve balances at the end of the year.
Excellent. Council, do you have any questions to Kelly McDonald, our Treasurer? Council? Paul's looking at me, maybe? Go ahead, Paul.
Kelly, thank you. I saw we get a fair bit of interest out of our development charge reserves. Does that interest go to a specific reserve side or fund, or can that be used for anything for budget purposes?
Through Your Worship to the Deputy Mayor, as it's legislated, interest that's earned on the development charges is added back to that development charge reserve. So it's very specific about.
To the proportional.
Exactly, the proportionate balances.
Good, thank you.
All right, that's good to know. All right, any other questions for this report? All right, thank you very much, Ms. McDonald and your staff for putting together this report. Council, you got a motion in front of you with a mover and seconder. I am prepared to call the motion. All those in favor? That carries unanimous. Thank you very much. All right, over to 10.2, Building and Planning. We have a report here for the zoning bylaw amendment application regarding it's a Walker, not related to our Council Walker. Be resolved that Council of the Township of Clearview hereby receive report PB 001-2026, a zoning bylaw amendment application dated January 26, 2026. And item 1, that a zoning bylaw generally consistent with the draft amendment found in Appendix F for the lands municipally known as 1952 Concession 6 North be presented to Council for consideration and approval at the February 9th, 2026 Council meeting. Can I ask for Mr. Beelan? Thank you. And Mr. Broderick. Is that okay? Thank you. And let's see here. Derek, would you like to speak to this? Oh, I'm sorry. There's Nick. I didn't know you were online, Nick. Nice to see you there. You're up there on my screen now. It's great. See, you're supposed to let me know if somebody's going to be joining us. He has snuck in at the last minute. Mr. Ainley, nice to see you. Do you have anything you want to add?
Thank you, Worship. So as you indicated, you may recall the public meeting was on November 26, and it was from the applicant, Mr. Colin Walker, seeking to facilitate a farm consolidation. The applicant seeking to render the existing residence located at 1952 Concession 6 North as surplus to the overall farm operation. While these are fairly standard type of applications that we usually see, unique consideration with this one is that the lands that are to be, the remnant lands that are to be consolidated are located approximately 10 kilometers apart. So this is kind of the first one that council will be looking at where there is that distance. Previously in our old official plan document, the properties had to be within abutting each other. However, our township's new official plan does allow them to be located within a reasonable distance from one another, and the township official plan provides further direction on that, indicating that council or committee of adjustment, whoever is making the decision, may choose to interpret a reasonable distance as referring to any distance that provides for the efficient and effective management of the consolidated farm operation as a unit. So based on the information provided by the applicant, who is themselves a farmer, their planning consultant, as well as their agricultural consultant, staff believe that they have been able to demonstrate that and have provided the recommendation as such as a part of the report. But I did just want to make that kind of clear to council that while we typically see a lot of these, they are usually with abutting or within close proximity. This will be the first one where they are separated by approximately 10 kilometers direct distance and approximately 15 kilometers by road.
All right, thank you very much, Nick. I just will comment that this council has dealt with those issues about the distance for consolidated farms in previous decisions. And so I appreciate the fact that you're taking that consideration into your report. So well done. Members of council, do you have any questions to Nick or to Derek, who is still here in our chambers, on this report? Nope, seeing none. All right, thank you very much, Nick, for joining us here tonight. Council, you've got a motion in front of you. I am prepared to call the motion. All those in favor? That carries unanimous. Well done. All right, council, we're going to move on. Item 10.3 is Hello, Marie. Would you like to speak? Yes, that's fine. Can you turn the microphone on there? Just give that on so people can hear you.
But he just asked me to express his thank you to
Okay.
council and staff for the recommendation and and your support.
Yeah, I heard that Colin couldn't be here, and so, oh, is he in Florida?
He wouldn't be there.
No way. What the heck?
I'm not sure if he's in Florida.
I would just ask him
Okay.
this. If you're talking to him, ask him how his snowblower works in Florida.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Thank you. Colin, what a lucky guy. Anyway, thank you for that. Administration is number 10.3. So we've got a report here from the Simcoe County Entrepreneurial Fund. The recommendation says, be it resolved that Council of the Township of Clearview hereby receive report CAO 001-2026, the Simcoe County Entrepreneurial Innovation Fund application, dated January 26, 2026, for information. Deputy Mayor, thank you. Mr. Walker, thank you. Would you like to speak to this, Briar?
Thank you, Your Worship. Yes, as reported in the program outline here, we did submit an application to the Entrepreneurial Innovation Fund through the County of Simcoe. The application deadline was the 23rd on Friday, so that is why it was delayed through getting this report in. And there was one change in our funding requests. Initially in the staff report, it was outlined that we were applying for $16,900. We've adjusted those costs to reflect that we have requested $14,500 from funding from the county, bringing the total project cost to $20,800, with Clearview Township staff and in-kind contributions making up that remainder.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that. I look forward to that. As a member of council, any members have any questions to Briar on this report? All right. Thank you very much. Council, you've got a motion in front of you. With a mover and seconder, I am prepared to call the motion. All those in favor? That carries unanimous. Thank you so much. Briar, don't go away. Report CAO 002, the Economic Development Year in Review and Work Plan. Be it resolved that Council of the Township of Clearview hereby receive report CAO 002 2026, Economic Development 2025 Year in Review, and the 2026 Work Plan dated January 26, 2026 for information. Mr. Beelan, thank you. Mr. Broderick, thank you. What would you like to add for this report? It's a good report, and thank you for all the work you've done to put this together.
Thank you, Your Worship. No, nothing further to add. Just wanted to ensure that this information was relayed because there will be additional requests for support through council as well as additional staff, and we will also be searching for alternative funding options for these programs and projects that we are looking to launch throughout the year. So there will be a lot more information coming through as we dive into these projects.
Wonderful. Look forward to it. It's great to see economic development really working well here in our township right now. Thank you very much for that. Council, do you have any questions to this report? All right, if there's nothing further, Council, thank you again, Briar, for your report. Council, you got a motion in front of you, the mover and seconder. I am prepared to call the motion. All those in favor? That carries unanimous. All right, CAO Report 003, 2026. This is the lease agreement for 7308 Highway 26 and the Belmont Stainer Inc. And let's see here, the recommendation is on the next page. So it says, be it resolved that Council of the Township of Clearview hereby receive report CAO 003 2026. This is the lease agreement for 7308 Highway 26, the Belmont Stainer Inc. And it is dated January 26, 2026. Item 1, the council approve entering into a lease agreement with a one-term for a one-year term with the option for a 6-month extension with the Belmont Stainer Inc. and JLW Development Inc. for use of a portion of the building located at 7308 Highway 26, Stainer. And item 2, that the monthly rent be set at $7,000 payable for the term and any extension of the lease agreement. And item 3, that the CAO has delegated authority to make minor amendments to the lease agreement as generally described in Appendix A prior to execution. Okay, who would like to move this? Mr. Broderick, thank you very much. Is there a seconder on the floor? Mr. Walker, thank you very much. Mr. CAO, do you want to just review some of the highlights in this? And I know the Deputy Mayor would like to speak as well. Mr. Ferguson?
Thank you, Your Worship. I'm just bringing it up because it doesn't populate on the e-scribe. I'm just going back to the email. So as everybody knows, there was a fire in our community. If everybody knows, there was a fire in our community a week and a half ago, and several senior citizens were displaced. So the township thought it might be a good idea to try to keep those folks in the community and keep the employees working that work in the community. And so we took a look at our facility that we have plans for. It was to be used for office space and future use center and some community use as well. But we thought this would take priority. So we're working with the property owners and the business owner to make sure that this is understood to be a temporary arrangement to try to get the folks back into their property again once it's reconstructed. And we want to make sure that the agreement's understood that it is a temporary arrangement because our goals to continue on with the youth center and office space and community use is still there. So the agreement basically lays out some key pieces, the rent amounts and other stipulations as it relates to what areas are not be able to be used in the building, and to make sure that it's understood that this is really for the displacement of the seniors that were caught in the fire that occurred a week and a half ago.
Thank you. Just before I go to the rest of the council, I'll just state that it is, it's important, I believe, to our community that the opportunity to keep these residents in our community and keep these jobs in our community is a critical part of the fabric of who we are as a community. It's quite demonstrated by the outpouring of support that was offered to the residents there when the fire happened and subsequent to that. And so I think that it's appropriate that our municipality can prepare an agreement with the owners to try to do that very point, and that is to try to keep those residents here in our community because that's where they want to be, as well as to keep those jobs in our community too. Of course, the objective here would be that JLW and Belmont Stainer Inc. would rebuild their facility and take occupancy of their building after full renovation. So that's sort of the starting point as to where this all started, and I think that the discussions going on so far have been very positive because I think we've all been working in that direction in good faith to try to help meet those objectives of keeping those residents here in our community because that's where they want to be and keep those jobs. So now, Deputy Mayor, I think you had something you wanted to add. You mentioned to me before the meeting, so what would you like to add?
Thank you, Your Worship. We had a great discussion, as was discussed or was mentioned in camera, and it's going to cause our staff, a lot of people, quite a shifting gears for this property, but it's well worth supporting the community in terms of what's happened because we were pushing ahead to be a new opportunity within the community for different organizations. So, but saying that, there was some discussions, quite a bit of discussions in our meeting. Obviously, they will be required to use qualified, certified tradespeople to be working in there. The one concern that did come out, the rent, the termination of rent for 1 year, most people didn't have a problem with that. But if we are going to extend it further, because the commitment we're basically getting from the owners that they should be able to rebuild this in 1 year. But in the long term, it's going to cost us money if we don't get this put into our own hands, we'll say. So the recommendation is that for 1 year, first year rent would be $7,000. From 13 months to 18 months, it would be $10,500, and from 18 months beyond, it would be $14,000, and that would be terminated at the end of 2 years. So I've worked with the clerk already in the preparation of a resolution to that effect, and for the rest, we're giving the CAO authority to make his minor amendments to the lease agreement as required.
Okay, so I'm going to say that that would have to be an amendment to the motion as we see. Madam Clerk, is that correct? Okay, so Sasha, could you just read to us what you're proposing, and then I'll ask the council if there's a seconder.
Thank you, Worship. So this would be an amendment to Part 2 of the motion. So with the mover being Deputy Mayor Van Stavern, it would be it resolved the motion before council be amended to replace Part 2 of the motion to read that the monthly rent be set at $7,000 for the first year of the lease up to 12 months, and that the monthly rent for the extension term, 13 to 18 months, be set at $10,500, and that the monthly rent for the month-to-month extension, 19 to 24 months, be set at $14,000. We just need a seconder.
Okay, council, you've heard it. Is there a seconder on this motion? Mr. Beelan. Thank you very much, Mr. Beelan. Council, Paul, do you want to make another pitch on this, or is there anything else you want to add? I can open the floor for questions.
No, I think when we did the financial review today, it's reasonable for all parties involved. We've given them the commitment for a 1-year term, which is what they've really asked for. And we are setting aside a lot of our programs, which are going to be more costly to our community. So it's fair in what we're looking at. The average cost to a resident works out to about $233 per month, based on 30 residents there. So it's quite workable, and what happens. So
$230 a day, I think it is, not month. You just said it.
$7,000 a month divided by 30 people is $233
Okay,
a
gotcha.
day.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Members of council, do you have any questions to the Deputy Mayor or Mr. Beelan? All right. Mr. Ferguson, any questions?
No, Your Worship.
Okay. Then council, there's an amendment in front of you. We've heard about it. I'm asking if council is prepared to call. I'm prepared to call the motion for the amendment. Those in favor of the amendment? No, that carries unanimous. Okay. The amendment carries. And now on the original motion, as presented with the amendment, which we have a mover and seconder on. Members of council, is there any further discussion? All right, I'll call the motion then. All those in favor? That also carries unanimous. Okay. Thank you, council. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Okay, council, we do have an item here from the Clerk's Department and Bylaw Enforcement. So the Clerk's Department, this is not a bylaw issue. This is actually the Climate Action Advisory Committee participation in the Environmental Program Co-op project. Now, one of our members of our active committee is Kim Pickett. Hi, Kim. She's here in our audience. So I will give her the opportunity to answer any questions if any member has any questions about this program. I'll tell you what, I'm going to read this and I'll put this on the floor for a mover and seconder. Okay? It says, be it resolved that Council of the Township of Clearview hereby receive Report LS 001 2026, the Climate Action Advisory Committee participation in the Environmental Program Co-op project, dated January 26, 2026. Item 1, that Council approve the Climate Action Advisory Committee's participation in Seneca Polytechnic's Project Management Environment Program project, aligned with the committee's mandate to allow students enrolled in the program to research and conduct an analysis of climate action strategies implemented by other municipalities, including a review of best practices related to emissions reductions, renewable energy adoption, sustainable transportation, waste diversion, and climate adaptation planning, using publicly available studies and data. Item 2, that the final report summarizing the findings and evidence informed recommendations of strategies be presented to the Climate Action Advisory Committee by October 2026, with an overview to the presentation to council with possible recommendations. And item 3, that Kim Pickett be appointed as the project liaison between the Climate Action Advisory Committee and the Seneca Polytechnic students, with the committee overseeing the project. Okay, is there a mover and seconder, please? Mr. Broderick, is there a seconder? Paul would take the second. Paul seconding that. Thank you very much. Shannon put this report together. I appreciate this this detail. Do you want to add anything at this time, Shannon, or should we just go right to Kim? We're going to go right to Kim. Kim, come on up and answer any questions or tell us a little bit about this project. And just as the microphone on, just give it a hello.
Hello.
There you go. And I just want to state, by the way, I'm a Seneca grad.
Oh, that's excellent.
1984, seems forever ago, but yes, I did. I graduated at Seneca College back in the day, not Seneca Polytechnic, so there you go. Hi, Kim. What do you want to tell us about this project?
Well, essentially, I teach part-time for Seneca College/Polytechnic, and these are a group of students that I'm currently teaching. And each semester that we have this class, we look for sponsors for projects so that the students can get some hands-on actual project experience before they go out to the workforce. So essentially, it's kind of a win-win situation. Our students at Seneca will get the opportunity to work with a real climate action committee. They'll get to look at real data. And Clearview Township gets the free labor of the 6 or 7 students that are in the group that are working on this specific topic. And the Climate Action Committee benefits because, quite frankly, the handful of us that sit on the committee, we have jobs, we have families, we don't have the time to do all the legwork that it takes to gather all this background information so that we can come forward in the fall with some excellent recommendations for our council and our community.
Sounds great. All right. Appreciate that. Council, do you have any questions to Kim or Shannon, for that matter? Yes, Paul, go right ahead.
Thanks, Kim. Kim, with this project, I mean, it said that when the project's done, it becomes our property or whatever. Would this be something of a template that other communities could use as well? I mean, we all know communities that have struggled to get a climate action plan together, and I think if they create a template that's usable for all communities, it'd be kind of nice to see.
I think that's excellent through you, Mr. Mayor. In 2006, Golder Associates did a South Simcoe groundwater study across all of southern Simcoe County, and that became the platform that a lot of consultants use to base their research on. It's a set of like 4 or 5 binders that has all kinds of information. So similarly, this project, the deliverable that we get at the end of it, could be a template or it could be a document if Clearview felt that it was good enough quality to share with other municipalities. Basically, what we're asking the students to do is look around Ontario and see what other municipalities are doing and compile it into one place. So, you know, if Collingwood or Wasaga wanted to jump in and see what other municipalities are doing, if Clearview wanted to share that with them at the end of the process, that's certainly something that would make sense to me.
Perfect. Well, I can tell you, we'd be very receptive and let the people know that if they want to interview the councils or anything like that, we're more than happy to meet with them and talk with them. And Shannon will be our lead on this. Is that the impression I get, Shannon? You'll be the lead?
Kim will be the lead, through you, Mr. Mayor. Kim will be the lead.
You'll be our staff liaison
Yes,
person for that?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
exactly.
That's great. All right, thank you very much. Other members, any questions to Kim or staff? All right, well, I look forward to hearing about this. And just a little quick question. Will the student be coming here and maybe using a little office space to do some work? Or is this something that they can do from their own location?
I think it's something that they can do from North York,
Okay.
most likely. They may want to come up and see Clearview when we're not snowed in, just to get boots on the ground, but they probably don't need to come to the office at all.
Okay, well, they're welcome, and make sure that they have an opportunity to contact members of council if they have any input. Thanks very much for bringing this forward. I appreciate that. It's really great to see the committee bring this kind of thing forward. Appreciate it. Members of council, you've got a motion in front of you. If there's nothing further, I'm prepared to call the motion. All those in favor? And that carries unanimous. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see, where are we? We've got another report here. Simcoe County Property Management. This is the report and the agreement regarding Wilcox Place. Wilcox Place is located at 7308 Highway 26, not the same location as the previous item that was also at the same address. How about that? There's two separate buildings at the same address. Recommendation, be it resolved that Council of the Township of Clearview hereby receive Report LS 002-2026, Simcoe County Property Management Agreement, Wilcox Place, dated January 26, 2026. Item 1, the council approves entering into a property management agreement with the Simcoe County Housing Corporation for property management services as generally described in Appendix A to this report for the Wilcox Place located at 7308 Highway 26, Stayner. And item 2, that council approves paying Simcoe County Housing Corporation an annual management fee of $33,781 plus HST to be funded from the rental revenues from Wilcox Place. All right. Can I get a mover and seconder, please? Mr. Walker, thank you. Mr. Beelan, thank you so much. All right. John, Mr. Ferguson, do you want to speak to this at all?
Just to briefly say that we met with the county, and they have somebody that looks after the building behind the former Stayner Care Center. And so we would be paying for that individual to look after our front-facing property of Wilcox Building at 7308. And so I think it's a big help for them to support us here because we're not in this business, so to speak. So we certainly welcome their support.
All right, thank you very much. And then before we go on for council's purposes, at my role as at the county, county council appointed me as the chair of human services. And part of that role is also that I'm the chair of the Simcoe County Housing Corporation. So that's part of the role that I have to do at the county. It's not a, it's not a difficult thing. We just have a couple of meetings a year, and they're held in open public session as part of the county council meeting. So if anybody's interested in what that is, you can see that online at the county council website. Any questions? Yes, Mr. Van Staveren, go right ahead.
Just make a quick comment, and John, thank you very much for organizing this. As was said, we do not want to be in the rental business, and this is a perfect opportunity because if more opportunities come forward in situations, the county knows now that we're willing to cooperate. And it may sound like a lot of money for the annual management fee, but one situation could make that seem minuscule. So thank you for organizing that, John.
Yes, thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Ferguson.
I would like to add that Suzette and Greg and Sasha were key reasons why this came together so easily.
Yeah, well done. Thank you for working on this. Mr. Walker has a question. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, thank you, Your Worship. I was going to say thank you to the staff that worked on this. I think it's a great move forward. A question I have is there a way to differentiate between the two buildings? 7308 is both front and back. Is there an opportunity to identify one as A through it or not, so we can differentiate for emergency services? There is a difference in the two sides.
That's an excellent point. And it's funny you just mentioned that because I remember when we initially entered into the agreements to purchase the property, I thought that's exactly what we need to do is separate the two addresses. So, Mr. Ferguson, your comment?
Thank you, Your Worship. There is a letter B on the former Stayner Care Center. I'm not sure if there's a letter A on the Wilcox, but I think the fire services knows, most of them know because it's been on the same property previously, but it wouldn't hurt for us just to double check and make sure that they're paying attention to that again.
All right.
It's unofficial that it's A and B, but they recognize it.
Perhaps we should investigate that. I think that's a really good point. As things evolve on that property, I think we should probably consider that. I think it might be a good idea. That'll be another report for Sasha to dig out for us. Right, Sasha? Well done. Members of council, any other questions to this report? All right, seeing none, we have a mover and seconder. I'm prepared to call the motion. All those in favor? And that carries unanimous. Thank you so much. Going to move to our bylaws now in section 11 of our agenda. Bylaw number 2607. It's the amending of the appointment bylaw 22101 Schedule A, recommendation be it resolved that bylaw 2607, being a bylaw to amend Schedule A of bylaw 22101, appointing members of the Township of Clearview committees and boards, be presented and read a first, second, and third time, finally passed, 26th day of January 2026. This is considered a housekeeping matter of a couple of names that were in or out and we're not fully captured, so it's a housekeeping matter. Can I have a mover, please? Deputy Mayor, Mr. Broderick, thank you. Any questions on the bylaw? All those in favor? And that carries unanimous. Let's see, bylaw 2608 is the safe water supply bylaw. Recommendation be it resolved that bylaw 2608, being a bylaw to regulate, control, and provide safe municipal water supply within the Township of Clearview, be presented and read a first, second, and third time, finally passed, 26th day of January 2026. Moved by Mr. Beelan, seconded by Mr. Walker. Thank you so much. Any questions on this bylaw? Seeing none, all those in favor? And the bylaw carries. Thank you. 2609, Property Management Agreement, Wilcox Place, Simcoe County Housing Corporation. Recommendation be it resolved bylaw 2609, being a bylaw to authorize entering into a property management agreement with the Simcoe County Housing Corporation for the Wilcox Place, 7308A, Highway 26. Be presented and read a first, second, and third time, finally passed 26th day of January 2026. Mr. Walker, Mr. Broderick, thank you. Any questions? All those in favor? That carries unanimous. All right. Council, we're going to move to page 7. And we do have, page 7 has item number 12, which is a notice of motion. There is a notice of motion from Councillor MacArthur, who's not here to bring his notice, but this is on the agenda for February the 9th. It's in regard to reestablishing a Clearview Agricultural Advisory Committee. The motion is there in front of you, so we can review that and debate that at the February 9th council meeting. At this time, if there's nothing further for new business, looking to council or staff, nothing? All right. Derek, you're looking over at me. All good? All good, thank you. Confirmatory bylaw, be it resolved that bylaw 2610, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the January 26, 2026 council meeting, be presented over there first, second, third time, and finally passed this 26th day of January 2026. Mr. Van Stavern, Mr. Broderick. Confirmatory bylaw, all those in favor? That carries unanimous. Motion to adjourn. What are we at? 6:18? 6:18 p.m. Moved by where? Mr. Beelan? Thank you. And the Deputy Mayor? Thank you. Motion to adjourn, all in favor? Excellent. Stay warm out there, folks. The sun will come out and last a few minutes longer every day. Bye-bye.